On this episode of Newsbreak, we have Chief of Staff of the Northport Police Department, Josh Taylor, joining us to talk about all the holiday cheer they plan to spread.
There is no shortage this time of year. It is definitely busy. But first of all, thank you for having me. It's a great opportunity to showcase some of these great events that we do. Some of them, certainly the public, are invited to come and help support. Others are just kind of fill in the cracks, I guess, behind the scenes.
Absolutely. So the first one coming up is some of the officers are going to be taking on a different role of serving and protecting and serving at Wings and Rings. So can you tell us a little bit about
protecting
that?
And serving.
That's right.
Yeah, so hopefully, some of these, depending on when you hear it, might have already happened, but certainly, quickly this week on November 13th on Wednesday, we do Protect and Serve Night at Buffalo Wings and Rings off of Price and Toledo Blade there. They're great supporters of the police department, always. So we'll be there from 5 to 11.
And that's Wednesday or Thursday?
Wednesday. What is November 13th? No, you're right, because Wednesday's today. Thursday. You can still go there and support the business.
Yeah.
But
Wings and Rings.
Yeah. Thursday we'll be there from 5 to 11. And what happens is our officers and our staff, dispatchers, they'll go out, they'll serve, and a portion of the sales for that night come in. And all of that money gets used for our Shop with a Cop program. And we'll get into that a little bit more, but that program just helps our kids in need during the holidays. They get a gift card. They go and shop with the officer and get stuff for themselves and for their family. And it's always an interesting mix. You have some kids that come and they're like, I want this, and they get that. And then you have other kids that don't want to spend a cent on themselves. They want to buy something for mom and dad, right. And it's always a touching thing. And we've just expanded that program so much. I think initially they all got $100. Now I think they get $150 because the buck just doesn't go as far.
It's true.
These days.
Yeah.
But to be able to give that to them and to see the look on their face and what they're able to do. All the gifts at the end are wrapped by our staff, and hopefully some of them stay under the tree until
right.
Christmas.
Yeah.
But usually, they can't wait.
Of course. I mean, everybody feels like that. I feel like that. Yeah. So then just to rewind just a sec, we'll get back to the Shop with a Cop thing. But the next thing for November, at least, before we stuff our own faces, people are welcome to come stuff a cruiser, right? So tell us a little bit about that.
Hopefully we get the day of the week right. But this one's easy. It's Saturday, November 16th. So this Saturday coming up, we'll have our community policing unit. We'll be out in front of the Walmart on 41. And you can come out and donate cash, or you can donate canned goods. We've even had people that donate us whole turkeys. And we get that over to a local church, and they distribute that to those in need. And that's also just a fantastic event to raise awareness and that there are people in our community that are struggling and we want to make sure that for the traditional holiday meal that they have those opportunities.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, especially with all the, hurricanes and people even still coming back from COVID, it's been a real rough several years here for us. So I'm sure it means a lot for these people that you guys are doing that.
And it's just a big part. A lot of these are structured around our community policing unit, which has just been a vision of the chief to make sure that we're interacting with the community in positive ways, because oftentimes the interactions that you have with police are on your worst day.
Right.
Whether it be from getting a ticket or, there's an issue at home. So to be able to have those positive interactions is so important.
Yeah. And then with that, I mean, I know it's called Stuff a Cruiser, but it must be turning into like Stuff a Fleet at this point. It's got to be more than one cruiser.
It's more of a van at this point.
Stuff the van.
Yeah. And they, again, they'll be out there, I think starting at 10 a.m. till 2.
Okay.
And if you can't make that event, certainly in through most of these fundraisers and goods raisers, if you don't make that event and you still want to help, you can always just reach out to community policing at northportpdfl.gov. That's community policing, one word, at northportpdfl.gov, and you can donate to Shop with a Cop. You can donate some of these goods. We'll certainly take them. So, please, if you're looking for a great way to give which will make you feel better than getting,
Yeah.
please do.
Right. So then, okay, so jumping ahead to Shop with a Cop, like you said, they can donate through the email address. And I know a lot of people have like made it a tradition to like come and donate something for Shop with a Cop each year, right? Isn't that?
We have just unbelievable support here in
Yeah.
Northport. The Chamber of Commerce, Northport Area Chamber of Commerce, are huge benefactors. In fact, they are having a fundraiser for Shop with a Cop. That is Tuesday, December 3rd at the Twisted Fork in Port Charlotte from 5:30 to 8:30. They have a lot of businesses that come out, and usually patrons will also donate when they see what's going on. So that's another opportunity. We get help from all over. We receive checks throughout the year, whether it be through our community policing unit or the Northport is benevolent kind of organization, the MPPOA, which you can find on Facebook, MPPOA, Northport Police Officers Association. And depending on the type of organization, they're always different ones reach out throughout the year, and they're like, hey, how can I help in the community? And we're like, hey, our Shop with a Cop program, every $150 that somebody donates literally makes a Christmas for a child.
Yeah, that's a big deal. So is there anything else happening holiday-wise that you know of at this point that you want to highlight?
Yeah, well, I mean, some of them, again, are for we have, we're booked for some of these events.
Booked and busy.
Yeah, we have a swearing in and promotion ceremony on the 18th here at City Hall. We're also involved with the Night of Hope through the Child Protection Center. That's on Thursday, November 21st from 6 to 9 p.m. in Venice. Again, I don't know that that's necessarily open for the public to attend, but these are just some of the things that we are working on. Of course, we'll be involved with the Poinsettia Parade. Do you say poinsettia or do you say poinsettia?
I say poinsettia.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's very controversial.
I think we're right.
But the entire city will be involved with that on December 7th, obviously here at the City Green and along Sumter. And, sometimes during that event, people donate canned goods and do some different things for that. We're easy to find if you want to donate. Again, you can call our police department directly at 941-429-7300, or again, the email communitypolicing@northportpdfl.gov. Certainly, if you feel inspired by this podcast,
that's right. Yes,
how funny we are.
I know, funny and engaging, relatable.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, to a T, the people that donate to this, and they can even come out for our Shop with the Cop actual event will be taking place December 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th in the evening times at the Walmart on 41. And sometimes when people donate, they want to see what they get for that money. So they'll come
Where
out.
It's going.
They'll come out and see the kids and the officers and staff interacting with the kids, and it's almost emotional to talk about it now because you just see the joy, and it's not about the gifts or the money. It's just really just the kids seeing that people care, and then the people who are caring when they see that it's an emotional time. We'll have commissioners and the city manager will come out, Jerome Fletcher, and our chiefs will be there, and it's just sometimes Santa will show up, and it's really just a beautiful thing in our community for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, and like vice versa. Like, what does this mean for the Northport Police staff for doing these kind of things for the community?
Well, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Sure, up front.
But again, when you see that, because you think about the types of people that are police officers, these are people that care. They care about this community, and those are people think maybe they enjoy giving tickets or people a hard time when they need it.
Right.
But the reality is that these are caring people, and to be involved with those types of programs, I think at the heart of what they got involved in a profession, I think it really is what they'd prefer to be doing is helping people. Yeah. And it's just they enjoy it. It is, it's, you can see we've got an entire list of filled up for the next 6+ weeks, but it's worth every second of it.
That's so cool.
It is, and it's something that I think everyone's proud to be a part of. And the children that are in Shop with a Cop, for example, they're selected by, because we get this question a lot,
Sure.
like how do I get my kid involved? They're selected by the guidance counselors at the local schools. These guidance counselors are on the ground. They see
Right.
the kids, whether it be through minor interactions or maybe even issues at schools. They know the kids that need help.
Right.
So it's not just, oh, bring your nephew
Yeah.
to the event.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
might get free stuff. Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
I mean, they're selected, and it's just about making them be a part and understand that this community cares about them and that
Right.
nobody should go without. So
Yeah.
It's hard to talk about sometimes because you start thinking about a kid in need who's seeing other kids at school
Right.
who might have everything that they need or have advantages, and when you see
Yeah.
them, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. That's a good way to sum it all up.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
So I just I think we're wrapping up
Yeah,
here
yeah,
a little bit,
definitely,
but
yeah.
just please, if you have the means, just give. You will, and you can come out and you can even see how those funds are used. Sometimes you donate to organizations and you have no idea. 100% of that money gets used on these kids, and it goes nowhere else.
Right.
So you can see the direct impact to a child in your community.
Exactly. And it grows every year, which is, I don't know
Yeah,
how to look at that, but
yeah.
yeah.
Well, we do as many as we can. I mean, those
Right.
numbers have gone up. Northport is just a fantastic family community, so we have a lot of kids.
Yes.
And just based on percentages and chances, you're always going to have a percentage that is, maybe not as advantaged as others. So,
Right.
we're working at least for this small gesture to, make sure they understand that. Again, I'll just keep repeating it, that our community, that our police department, that the city of Northport cares about every kid.
That is so true. And just to this is a real quick aside relating to kids. Halloween, you guys crushed it. You won.
We are. What is the award? With the jack-o'-lantern, the pumpkalator, or something? I don't know.
The big thing with the pumpkin on top of it.
Well, our staff does an amazing job. We I think this is the second year in a row.
Yes.
So we'll be going for a three-peat next year. But that's another community event that just thousands of families, children come out, and that's another positive interaction.
Yep.
I mean, so many, like all of these things we've listed are all positive. And that's important that we are at the forefront of showing our community that it's not about tickets, it's not about arrests and
Right.
that sort of thing. I mean, when we have to do those, we have to do them.
Right.
It's not that we want to.
Sure.
We'd much rather be boots on the ground helping kids strive, because they're the most important thing in our community. They are the future of Northport.
Definitely. So, all right. So you guys can be found on many or most of the socials.
Oh, yeah.
Searching North. Yeah, you guys have had some big viral moments on Facebook recently. So,
Well, I think the thing with social media is humanizing the badge, and
Yep.
so we we'll be the butt of the joke sometimes
Yeah.
with stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a little bit interesting to get officers willing to do that.
Right.
But we have a handful that are willing to put themselves out there, and we can get creative with showing people that our people are real people.
Yes.
And that's the key. We're not. Our goal isn't to be
Robots.
this overlord of,
Right.
of what happens.
Right.
They're just regular people. Most of them live right here in Northport.
Yep.
We have a huge percentage that are veterans that have served not only Northport but their country. So highlighting the types of people they are is important. So
Yes.
our social media is a vital tool in doing that, and it's been very successful.
Yeah. So yeah, and like on top of that, you guys share a lot of really important information and reminders of events that we're talking about here. So
Not only these events, but tips when it comes to getting scammed, when it comes to protecting our kids. I mean, probably the majority of what we put out is showing that if you hurt children, or if you're looking to do something to hurt our elderly or anybody else in this community, that you're gonna eventually you're gonna pay the price.
Yeah,
And
right.
I think that when you look at the response we get from the community, we have unbelievable support for our first responders, police, fire,
absolutely.
and city. And sometimes people are gonna be. Not everybody loves the police.
It's the way of the world, right?
And that's okay. Typically, they're just misinformed.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
Our job is to help inform them on all the good things that we're doing. Not to trick anybody, but to really highlight the stuff that we are doing.
Right.
So
yeah. So go find these guys. Go find them on Facebook, X, Twitter, Instagram.
We got all this stuff.
You got all the stuff. If you find one podcast, oh my God, everywhere. So,
yep. And again, we'll just hammer it home here at the
Yes.
end. If you want to donate to Shop with a Cop or any other program that we do, community policing at northportpdfl.gov.
We really appreciate it, Josh. Thanks to you and everybody else at the police department for what you do. We hope to see you guys at one of these things coming up. Other than that, thank you again, and we'll see you all on the next one.
Thank you.